Hey now, welcome to episode 9.3 of Mini Lone Star Restoration. This is a follow-on to my engine overheating just before Halloween. Today I am planning on testing each cylinder for compression. See what the pressure is in each one of them. Now, the other day I found that I had some coolant leaks, and I know that's not all the problem. So today, just because I can, I am going to test the pressure in each of the cylinders, and of course, along the way, learn, right? That's my whole goal here, really, is to learn. I will have to say a couple embarrassing things. I shouldn't say these, but you know, I share my failures with my successes, and today is not not my finest day. I'll just say that. So the way I started out was because of my temperature gauge video last time. My temp sensor hole, the hole in the side of the block was left open because I threw away the temp sensor. So I proceeded to pour, see, that's the kind of day I am having. Pour water back into the radiator, and it was just pouring out all over the floor, you know, and I was like, what? Of course, then I realized it pretty quick. I went and I pulled out of the trash, I pulled the temp sensor, I plugged the hole, and then I was able to fill water. So we're good there. But so yeah, that was kind of embarrassing there. So yeah, and now a precaution, something I did not do. And in fact, the books, you know, trying to do everything by the book. The books say this, and I saw this on a video by DB Mini DIY, DIY rather, DB Mini DIY. He did the same thing that I'm about to do, and he was smart enough to remove the fuel pump relay. Well, crap. I don't know where the heck the fuel pump relay is. Now, I know it's one of the relays. It's probably one of the yellow cubes on the firewall back there. DB mentioned that the wire was brown and orange, I believe, and I did find a brown and orange wire to that relay, but I didn't touch it because I wasn't sure. I looked into manuals. The manuals didn't help me. Boy, I've got a lot to learn about wiring diagrams. So yeah, I'm not quite sure which one of these relays. Maybe I'll pop a picture up here. It's one of these guys, and I think it's this one. But so I did not do it. So what I did differently was of course I did remove the distributor, the spark going to the center of the distributor, and I removed all the spark plugs all at once. That way, I knew the car wasn't going to be getting any fire whatsoever and would not start up. So today's goal is to check the compression in the cylinders and learn something along the way. So, all right, here I go. I'm off. I have my pressure kit for the cylinders, so that's going to be ready to go. And I already have, in the event that I replace, oh hey, before I forget, these stickers right here, I have 5 extra. The bold print here where it says to avoid serious injury did not come out in bold red. It was my ink cartridge was fading. If anybody would like one of these small stickers, let me know. And really, because there's only 5, it's kind of going to be the 5 first come first serve. Shoot me a private email in my email link below, randy@lonestarmini.com. Shoot me your mailing address and I will fire these off. So it's going to be first come first serve. All right, so I learned really quick when I went to pull the first spark plug wire off the spark plug that it's like, oh crap, which ones go where? So I stopped and I labeled them. You can see I labeled 1 left, 2, 3, 4 right. So at least that will remind me how they go back into place, because I won't forget between the now and the time I'm done testing the pressure. Just a tidbit there. Okay, so here I'm using a 13/16 spark plug socket, and I'm going to take them all out. Okay, so they're all broken loose. Before I actually pull them out, I'm going to use the air compressor to spray around this and or clean. I want to make sure that no debris gets down into the cavity here. So let me do that. Okay, so now I'm going to remove them. And while at this point I don't know what exactly to look for in a spark plug to know whether maybe the spark plug is old, I've had it. I know it has something to do with the gap in here, but I'll pull them out for now and then I will inspect them here in a minute. All right, so I'm going to keep them in order. I'll just pull them out one at a time just to ensure that I don't get confused with where they go. I'm supposed to remove the ignition coil or the ignition lead going to the center of the distributor. So that's removed. So now I shouldn't get sparks there. Alright, so I have selected the correct end on my pressure gauge. This will thread into the same holes that the spark plugs go into. Anyhow, so yep, this is my pressure gauge. I've never used it before. Just now going to, but I'm waiting on my assistant. I had to go solicit the help of my daughter, who will be out here momentarily, I assume. So yeah, always waiting on a woman. So, oh, my assistant. Yep, and you have to get behind the driver's wheel. You're going to crank the engine. And when I tell you to, what you'll do is you'll crank it. It should not crank up. You're going to crank it until I say cut. And then I'll tell you a pressure, and you write it down. Like I'm going to do cylinder 1 first. And just write down the pressure by that cylinder. Cylinder 1, and go. Cut. Okay, I would say 185. All right, you ready? Cylinder number 2, go. Cut. I'd say 155. Okay, cylinder number 3, and go. Cut. Yeah, we're just below 100. I'd say like 98. All right, cylinder number 4, go. Cut. We are almost at 185. All right, I want to do one more thing before I see something going on down here that I don't know if is right, kind of concerns me. I'm going to get it on video. And my daughter's cranking the engine. I'm not going to change anything, but I'm seeing a whole lot of sparks flying. All right, I'm going to try to catch it on video. All right, Wave, do the same again. Crank it, hold it till I say cut.
Which cylinder? Now?
Yeah, go for it. Okay. There's a whole lot of sparking going on down there. And maybe because the spark plugs aren't in there, it's trying to find the path of least resistance. I'm not sure. Okay, the test here is that I am going to put in a teaspoon of oil through the spark plug in number 3 since it's very low. And if the addition of the oil temporarily improves the compression pressure, this indicates that a bore or piston wear is responsible for the low pressure or the pressure loss. If there's no improvement whatsoever, this suggests that leaking or burnt valves or a blown head gasket may be the cause. So let's try that out. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm spilling oil everywhere. The test suggests that if you put like a teaspoon of oil in the low pressure spark plug, if I repeat the test and there's no significant changes, then it's likely a head gasket or there's something else. But one of the causes could be a head gasket. So let me hook this back up with a little bit of oil in there. And let's see if there's any change whatsoever. Of course, now I have oil dripping down the side of the car. All right, let's see if it changes. And go, babe. Cut. Wow, it rose to 120. So there was a significant increase. I was really hoping for a bad gasket. So what does that tell me? That tells me the fact that there was a significant increase. This indicates that a bore or a piston wear is responsible. I'm done. Thank you, babe. Okay, but I've got some numbers, so thank you. My assistant is doodling. Okay, hey, by the way, wait. I'm going to spell a name out for you, and you need to tell me how it's pronounced. It's a French name.
Okay.
Bourdon.
Bourdon.
What?
Bourdon. I already said it.
How'd you say it?
Bourdon.
Bourdon?
Close, sure.
Bourdon?
Don't roll your R.
Okay, well there you have it from my French-speaking daughter. Okay, thanks. Okay, so with the spark plugs out, I'm just inspecting. I don't know enough to know exactly what I'm looking for. I do know that the gap between this upper bent over rod here and the tip of the spark plug in there is supposed to be a set number or within a set parameter. They all look a little bit different. In fact, one of the tips looks like it's a little bit canted, maybe worn, if you will. But so I'm going to look at them all. But one thing also I think I know is that it's not all black. So that tells me that there's not a whole lot of carbon buildup. I think so. I think that's good. But yeah, so there's spark plug number 1. There's number 2. Again, it's not all black. The gap might be different. And I'll measure those with my new feeler gauges. But that's number 2. Here's number 3. And there's number 4. Again, none of them are all black. I think that's a good thing. And I'll check the gap with my feeler gauges. Right, so going by the book, literally, I've got several books and I've been trying to figure out, okay, which one of these books are better. So this particular one is just a Haynes manual, and it seems to give some fairly decent information, one of which I was a bit hopeful that I could pinpoint part of my engine to the head gasket. Unlucky. Yeah, not the case. As I read here, essentially, the last test that I did was I had a low cylinder, number 3. It was substantially lower than the others, and so according to this, it told me to add basically a teaspoon of oil and see what the results were. And here it is. So, if the addition of oil temporarily improves the compression, this indicates that a bore or piston wear is responsible for the pressure lost. Okay, so this indicates that a bore or piston wear. Dadgummit. So now I don't know where to go. Dadgummit, because that's exactly what happened. I put in a teaspoon or so of oil, literally from a spoon, and ran the test again. And yeah, the pressure went from 90 up to 120. I would say that's a substantial pressure gain. So this is saying bore or a piston wear. Dadgummit. You know, if there was no change whatsoever, this basically tells me that it could be a head gasket. There's a couple other things, but so now a bore or a piston wear. Boy, that sounds a little bit more in depth into the engine than I was currently ready or prepared to go. Dadgummit. I was prepared to replace the gasket, the head gasket, because I've got all the supplies. So now I don't know quite where I'm at. I don't know what to do next. So yeah. Well, so here it is. I've done the cylinder compression test. So I put it all back together, and now I'm at a bit of a loss. Dadgummit. With bore and piston wear. That sounds like it's below the head gasket. And yeah, if anybody has any, you know, and I realize the engines are not always 100%, you know, there's not always one problem fits all or one solution fits all. So maybe there's other ideas out there, other suggestions. Would love to hear them if there are any. And again, hey, on the stickers, just a reminder on the stickers, and the first 5 that would like one, I will post it in the mail as soon as I can. All right, hey, all. Thank you for watching episode 9.3. And I don't know, I'm kind of scratching my head again here. And hey, how do you like? I'm going for the mohawk look today. I woke up like that. No, sorry. Yeah, and I didn't comb my hair. I wanted to get out here to the Mini. That's how eager I was to get out here to the Mini. I didn't even comb my hair. I did brush my teeth, but I didn't comb my hair. Guys, gals, thank you for watching, and I hope you're going to have a great day today. Bye just now from Texas.